Modeling studio day. A wall of blinding white light. The flashbulb's POP models pose in swimwear before a sea blue backdrop. Lillian, 50s, poised, precise, barks orders. Lillian, to model. Left shoulder back. No, your left. Know me. That's it. Hold. Eyes up. Perfect. Take it. Another flash. She exhales smoke through a grin that never softens. Lillian, to assistant. Next lineup, please. Studio later. The lights dim. Naomi, 20s, nervous but determined, approaches Lillian, who's packing up. Naomi, Miss Lillian, I need to talk to you. It's about Kathy. Lillian pauses. A long silence. Lillian, your roommate. Yes. What about her? Naomi, she's missing. 3 days now. No calls, no clothes taken. You spoke with her recently. I heard you on the phone. You know where she is. Lillian, I see. She's fine. On assignment. Confidential campaign. You'll hear from her soon. Naomi, I don't believe you. Lillian, then meet me. Pier 3. 7 o'clock. If you must know the truth. Pier 3 night. Fog drapes the dock like a ghost. Naomi's breath curls in the cold air. Footsteps approach. Howard Tucker, 40s, sleek businessman, emerges from the mist. Howard, you're early. Naomi, where's Kathy? Howard, she's safe. Out at sea. Part of a publicity stunt for our new sporting line. 2 models, a motor cruiser, and a photographer. That's all. Naomi, out at sea? Alone? Howard, exactly. The idea is isolation, survival glamour. They'll be discovered by shipping routes. Big news. Free press. Naomi, that's insane. Howard, that's marketing. Communications room. Night. Static hisses over radio speakers. Tucker adjusts dials. Howard, into radio. Operation Atlantic, come in. Over. Kathy, this is Operation Atlantic. We hear you. There's fog everywhere. And it's hot, like the tropics. We've stopped the motor to hold position. Howard, hold position? What fog? There's no fog in that sector. Kathy, wait, there's something out here. A ship, huge, dark. Looks like a scream. Static. Silence. Naomi, what happened? Howard, trying to regain signal. Operation Atlantic, respond. Professor Gruber's lab day. Charts of ocean currents and magnetic anomalies line the walls. Professor Gruber, 60s, adjusts his glasses as Howard and Naomi stand before him. Howard, 2 women vanished at sea, in a fog that shouldn't exist. They reported seeing an old ship before we lost contact. Gruber, a ship? What kind? Naomi, a galleon, a black galleon. Gruber stiffens. Gruber, it's been sighted before. 16 degrees north, 40 west. Every vessel that approaches it disappears. Naomi, you think it's haunted? Gruber, I think it's cursed. The Atlantic night. Howard's yacht slices through dark waves. The fog rolls in thick and alive. Naomi grips the railing. Naomi, do you hear that? A faint creaking in the mist, like wooden bones shifting. A silhouette forms. A massive galleon, black sails rotted, lanterns burning with ghost light. Gruber whispers, it's real. The yacht drifts closer, pulled by an unseen current. The galleon looms, ancient, impossible, waiting. A bell tolls once, and something stirs on its deck. Hybrid flash cuts. The yacht pushes through an impenetrable white. Wind is gone. The air is thick, hot, wrong. Howard paces the stern. Naomi stares into the fog. Professor Gruber, hollow-eyed, thumbs the edge of an old leather book. Howard, try to sound calm. If we can't find them out here, the press will tear me apart. You understand what that means for the campaign. Naomi, what happens if you can't find them, Mr. Tucker? You can't buy everyone back. Howard, speech. I'll find them. Gruber studies the horizon, uncomfortable. Gruber, this fog is anomalous. Magnetics, heat gradient, nothing matches it. We might be looking at a localized atmospheric phenomenon or something else. Howard, then find me a phenomenon that returns my models alive. A distant, hollow sound. A bell, like iron struck underwater. Naomi, listen. Through the fog, a silhouette resolves. A gargantuan, rotten galleon sails like black rag, lanterns burning dimly. Silence falls. Even the radio clicks dead. Naomi whispers. There it is. Howard swallows. Gruber opens the leather book, hands shaking. Gruber. Soft. If that is what you think it is, we are not merely out at sea. Galleon, deck. Night. Flashback suggestion from Gruber's book. Handwritten entries. Sigils carved into wood. A captain's log mentions a Hollander. Writes sarcophagi. On the yacht, night. Sergio, restless, has already climbed onto the galleon's deck via a rope ladder. Howard restrains him. Sergio. Maybe they clambered aboard. Maybe they wanted out of the launch. Lillian, brittle with fear, rifles through a small canvas bag and draws out a crumpled scarf, Kathy's. She clutches it like a talisman. Lillian, tense. She wouldn't leave it behind. Gruber flips the book open. Diagrams of mummified figures, Latin fragments. His voice drops as he reads. Gruber, these are not sailors. These are mummified corpses, saints of a debased order. According to this, every century they rise to feast and return to their sarcophagi at dawn. Naomi, that's superstition. Gruber, maybe, but superstition is merely science we haven't explained. They hear a scraping below deck, slow, deliberate. Howard, we're splitting up. Sergio, you and I will search forward. Professor, you with me. Naomi, Lillian, stay here. Lillian, I'll go. Naomi, no, I'm with you. They descend into the belly of the galleon. Galleon, whole night. The air tastes of old iron. Rows of carved cases line the hold like coffins. Torchlight reveals lids etched with sigils. Bones. Sergio runs his fingers along a coffin. A brittle click, an ancient mechanism releases. He lifts the lid. A shriek, a hand, dried as parchment, lashes out and clamps Sergio's wrist with surprising strength. Sergio, terrified. Help! God, help! Howard slams the lid shut, breath heaving. Gruber steps back with the book clutched like scripture. Gruber, they wake at night. They crave motion, heat, blood. The book says they were excommunicated soldiers. They made pacts to cheat death. Lillian edges toward a small cabin. Inside, a map table, a chest half buried in drift sand. She finds jewelry glinting, sapphires and coins. Lillian, awestruck, treasure. Naomi moves away from the chest, listening. From the next room, a low, inhuman moan. Shadows move against the planks. Naomi, we aren't alone. A form appears in the doorway. A gaunt, bandaged figure with horns of bone, a ceremonial skull mounted on its chest. It tilts its head in mimicry of the living. Gruber, readying himself. Back, everyone back. They retreat. A shower of sand and broken wood as something larger moves in the hold. Galleon, later, another hold. They find rows, sarcophagi, each containing a shriveled figure bound in cloth. Names carved in Dutch and Latin. The professor reads aloud. The language is older than the boat's timbers. Gruber, they made themselves immortal through ritual, but at a price. Each night, they awaken to seek life. Each dawn, they sleep again. Lillian, then we have a night to survive. A low chant starts in the darkness. The mummies begin to stir, not walking, but sliding, uncanny in their movements. Naomi, we need light. We need fire. Anything. They scramble back upstairs. The galleon shifts beneath their feet, a living, breathing thing. Galleon deck night. The crew forms a desperate circle. Sergio clutches his arm. A bruise like a fossilized leaf shows where the mummy gripped him. Sergio. It felt cold as bone and sweet like spice. Howard. We fight. We get back to our boat. We leave the treasure, and we leave now. Lillian holds the jewels, torn. Lillian whispers, we could salvage this. Sell the story. Fund the searches. Keep the company. Naomi slaps the jewels away, furious. Naomi, we are not leaving them. Argument teeters into panic as the mummies press in. Gruber, there is one thing, an old rite the book mentions. A prayer. Not my field, but... Lillian, do it. Do anything. Gruber kneels, opens the book, and intones a halting Latin invocation. His voice shakes but steadies. Gruber, in Latin, in nomine Trinitatis rediniter, back to dust. Back to you tombs. For a heartbeat, nothing happens. Then the mummies recoil. The chanting seems to cut through the air like a blade. They slump back into their coffins, lids sliding closed as if pushed by invisible hands. A tense, exhausted relief. Dawn is still hours away, but the immediate threat recedes. Howard, weary, triumphant. We hold until morning. Then we go. They set watch. Fatigue, fear, and the weight of gold create fissures in the group. Galleon, later deck. Stars waver as if through a lens. A few decide to take a fragile plank, a makeshift raft. The wood groans. It will not support many. Sergio, eyes darting, slings a chest of coins on board. Naomi, drop it. Now. Sergio hands it to her with a wild grin. Sergio, I can't leave it. Howard, people decisions. 3 get the raft. The rest stay and wait for help. Lillian, pick me. I'll pay you more. Naomi, you would sell us for jewels? Lillian, I would save myself. Tempers snap. A shove. The plank tilts. One of them slips. Hands grab, claws of panicked human flesh fighting for purchase on rotten timber. Naomi lunges. She claws at Sergio to pull him back. He jerks free and tumbles, the sea swallowing him with a sound like swallowing stones. Sergio, screaming as he goes. Don't. Someone pushes, someone yells. The raft shudders away, carrying 3 silhouettes. They paddle toward the faint horizon, leaving the others behind. The mummies begin to stir again at the scent of blood. Galleon, hold, night, rapid sequence. Gruber slams a sarcophagus shut, breathless. Naomi and Lillian barricade a hatch with a broken mast. The book falls open to a final page, an illustration of a horned skull and 3 figures being taken by the sea. Gruber, terrified, they'll come for us again. They only sleep with dawn. Lillian, near hysteria. We go up. We take the other boat. We go home. Naomi, soft, resolute. Not without Kathy. The ladder shakes. Something pounds on the hull above, slow, deliberate blows. The sound tastes like iron. A hand reaches under the barricade, fingers like tree roots. Lillian screams. Naomi grabs a lantern and flings its flame into the passage. The exposed creature recoils, shrieking. Then a chorus of shrieks join it as the deck becomes a chorus line of guttural voices. Gruber begins a fevered, louder chant, words that are not quite Latin, not quite prayer. The hull vibrates with the sound. Open sea, Piari dawn. The 3 on the raft watch the galleon recede and then vanish. No luck, no reiki. Only the rising dawn and a single trail of oil. Raider voice. Soft. Ships and men come and go. The sea keeps her own.